Hey, how you doing? Welcome to my top 40 of 1974. In these videos, I'm taking you through my amazing collection of playlists on Spotify. I've got hundreds there, all nicely organized into either annuals or genres or themes, whatever. And you'll see more of those. I've already done the top 40s of 1970 to 1973. Now here's 74. And after I've done the top 40, I'll take you through 1974 extras. The caveat for the top 40 is that every song had to enter the UK top 40 in 1974. So here we go. It might take me a while because the order's all messed up. Number 40, Barry White, You're the First, The Last, My Everything. Spent 2 weeks at number 1 in December of 1974. Number 39, The Isley Brothers, Summer Breeze, Parts 1 and 2. Spent a week at 16 in June of 74. Eric Clapton, I Shot the Sheriff, number 38, yeah. Spent 2 weeks at number 9 in August of 74. Number 37, Ardeen Taylor, There's a Ghost in My House. That's a really strange Motown song. It doesn't seem like a Motown song, but it is. Spent a week at number 3 in June of 74. At number 36, 10cc, The Wall Street Shuffle. Spent a week at 10 in July of 1974. And number 35, Barry White, Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Babe. Spent 2 weeks at 8 in September and October of 74. You have to say it like that, don't you? Number 34, ABBA, Ring Ring. Spent a week at 32 in July and August of 74. Number 33, David Essex, Gonna Make You a Star. Spent 3 weeks at number 1, straddling November and December of 74. Number 32, Kiki D, I've Got the Music in Me. Spent a week at 19 in October of 74. 31, The Rolling Stones. It's only in rock and roll, but I like it. Spent a week at number 10 in August of 74. And into the top 30, Jane Birkin and Serge Gainsbourg, Je t'aime moi non plus. Spent a week at 31 in January of 75, but it entered the top 40 in 74, so it's aight. The Chi-Lites, 29, Too Good to Be Forgotten. Spent a week at 10. Straddling November and December of 74. I prefer the Amazulu version from the 80s, but then again, that's more my time. And number 28, Status Quo, Down Down. Spent a week at number 1 in January of 75. You won't see them a lot in my playlists. 27, John Lennon, Whatever Get You Through the Night. Spent a week at 36 in November of 74. I should sing all these. Roxy Music at 26, All I Want Is You. Spent a week at 12 in November of 74. And at number 25, Stevie Wonder, You Haven't Done Nothing. Terrible grammar, fantastic song. Spent a week at number 30 in November of 74. Number 24, Billy Swan, I Can Help. Spent a week at 6 in January of 75. Number 23, I can't find 23. There we go. Wings and Jet. Spent a week at 7 in March of 74. And at number what was that? Was that 23? Number 22, Hot Chocolate and Emma Emily. I don't know why it's not called Emily, because it's Emma Emily. Anyway, spent a week at 3 in April of 74. And at 21, Hughes Corporation, Rock the Boats. Spent a week at number 6 in August of 74. Into the top 20. Number 20, Al Green, Shalala, Make Me Happy. Spent 2 weeks at 20, straddling December of 74 and January of 75. Number 19, Where Are You? Terry Jacks, Seasons in the Sun. Spent 4 weeks at number 1 in April of 74. Of course it did. Number 18, David Essex, America. Spent a week at 32 in May of 74. 17, Sweet, the 16s. Sweet had had their day by now. They'd had their heyday and they were on the way out now. Spent a week at number 9 in July and August of 74. Number 16, Where Are You? 16. Steve Harley and Cockney Rebel, Mr. Soft. Fantastic. Spent a week at 8, straddling August and September of 74. And at number 15, David Bowie, Rock and Roll Suicide. Spent a week at 22 in May of 74. At 14, George McRae, Rock Your Baby. Spent 3 weeks at number 1 in July and August of 74. 2 of the tracks in this top 40 were in the film Carlito's Way. Number 13, Where Are You? Stevie Wonder, He's Mr. Know-It-All. Spent a week at 10 in May of 74. And number 12, Mud, Tiger Feet. Spent 4 weeks at number 1, straddling January and February of 74. And number 11, David Essex, Stardust. Spent a week at 7 in January of 74. And well, number 10, Bolin and T-Rex, Teenage Dream. Spent a week at 13 in February of 74. Also on the way out now. He'd had his heyday, or they'd had their heyday, should I say. David Bowie, Rebel Rebel. Spent 2 weeks at 5 in March of 74. And at number 8, ABBA, Waterloo. Spent 2 weeks at number 1 in May of 74. Number 7, Sparks, This Town Ain't Big Enough for the Both of Us. Spent 2 weeks at 2 in June of 74. The rest of the songs are absolute gold. Number 6, Wings, Band on the Run, spent a week at 3 in August of 74. Number 5, Maria Muldaur, Midnight at the Oasis. Yep, the original of that brand new heavy song from the 90s. Did you hear that? Spent a week at 21 in July and August of 74. Number 4, Roberta. Oh, I love this song. Roberta Flack, Feel Like Making Love, spent a week at 34 in September of 74. I think D'Angelo did a version of that. It's pretty hot as well. Number 3, David Bowie, Diamond Dogs, spent a week at 21 in July of 74. Only 21. Come on now. Number 2, Killer Queen by Queen Waters. Song spent 2 weeks at 2 in November of 74. And at number 1, Stevie Wonder, Hey Man, I was just crossing the street, living for the city. Spent a week at 15. You've got to listen to the full-length version. Spent a week at 15 only in February of 74. That's my top 40 of 1974. You can hear the playlist of that on Spotify. There's a link in the description. And you can hear the radio show of my top 40 of 74 on Mixcloud. There's a link in the description. And in both of those, you can obviously hear the songs. You can't hear the songs here because I'm not allowed. Right, 1974 extras. Now, for the extras, the caveat is that they didn't enter the UK Top 40, so they're either album tracks or singles from other territories where they charted but not here, or maybe they charted outside the Top 40 in the UK, or maybe they're just songs. Okay, some of these are absolutely, well, they're all amazing, I think. And remember, I have a fondness for reggae and Brazilian music from the 70s, so again, you're going to hear a lot of that, or see a lot of that. And the playlist of this is available on Spotify. There's a link in the description. Gloria Ann Taylor, Deep Inside You, one of the greatest soul songs. She's not that well known. Have a listen. Listen to the whole playlist, honestly. And then you can follow me on Spotify because you know you're going to be guaranteed good music, right? Elis Regina and Antonio Carlos Jobim, that's Tom Jobim, the Rio International Airport is named after him. Sozinha de Ser Com Você, that's a beautiful song from the album Elis and Tom, which is well worth listening to as well. Roxy Music, 3 and 9 from my favourite Roxy Music album, Country Life. Absolutely amazing album. Novos Baianos, my favourite Brazilian band. Na Cadencia do Samba. Jacob Miller, Baby I Love You So. That's a great reggae song. Novos Baianos again, Ladeira da Praca, or Praça. I think it might be Praca. We Are the Dead, David Bowie from the album Diamond Dogs, isn't it? I'm not looking at the screen that you're looking at, so I'm just guessing the albums. I think I'm right in that one. Diamond Dogs looks like the cover. Novos Baianos, O Menina. Roxy Music again from that great album Country Life. Out of the Blue. Keith Hudson, Darkest Night. Oh, these are all so good. Cortola, Alvorada. You should listen to this playlist, honestly. I mean, obviously I think you should, but really, 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 it doesn't cost you anything to listen to, and it's well worth it. Sly and the Family Stone from the album Small Talk, Can't Strain My Brain. Antonio Carlos Jobim, Elis Regina, again from the album Elis and Tom, Aguas de Marzo, you know the song. Mark Bolan, Change, from the great album that I can't remember the name of, but it's on the screen right in front of you, so you can say it instead of me saying it. But I actually own the album, but I've forgotten it, and the picture on the screen I'm looking at is too small to see. I'm looking at my phone. I'm not looking at the screen that you're looking at. Jorge Benjor, one of my favourite Brazilian artists, Brother. Roxy Music again from Country Life, Casanova, Novos Baianos, Isabel, Augustus Pablo, Peace and Love Dub, that's the guy with the melodica. Jorge Benjor again, Cinco Minutos, Shaggy Otis, Out of My Head, Novos Baianos, Eu Sou Caso Deles, Stevie Wonder, Creepin' from Fulfilling This First Finale, Novos Baianos, Bolado, David Bowie, Sweet Thing from Diamond Dogs, Martinho da Vila, Viajando, I'm not sure if they pronounce it like that. That's a Spanish pronunciation. Roxy Music, The Thrill of It All. Again, I told you it was a great album. David Essex, America. Sly and the Family Stone, Wishful Thinking. Ana Mazzotti, Agora ou Nunca Mais. Big Youth, $90 Skank. I love Big Youth. And I love that album, Rebel Music. It's really worth listening to. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Dance while the record spins. Raul Seixas, As Aventuras de Raul Seixas na... I can't see any more on my screen. Keith Hudson, Hunting. Martinho da Vila, again. Denci por Denci. Al Green, Take Me to the River. I certainly will, and I'm really surprised that wasn't a top 40 hit, but there you go. Jorge Benjor, O Mem da Gravata, Florida. Penny Goodwin, Too Soon You're Old. Great soul song. Absolutely mint. Novos Baianos, Lingua Gem do Alunte. I think that's how it's pronounced. I don't speak Portuguese, but I try. Jennifer Lara, Ain't No Love. Alceu Balança, Mensageira dos Anjos. Mark Bolan, Explosive Mouth, again from that album. It's something to do with zinc alloy and the blah blah blah. You're looking at it on the screen, so you know what it is. I don't. Os Mar Milito Maracatu Atomico, David Essex, Window, Martinho de Villa, Visco de Jaca, Mulato Astatke, I love him. Yekermo Seu, Man of Experience. Super Som TA, Agora Chega. Keith Hudson, My Nocturne. Novos Bernos, Escorrega Cebosa, Fecado Am de Mesquel, Asmarina, My Asmara. Eliana Pittman, Tô Chegando, Já Cheguei. Eunice Collins at the Hotel, Part 1. Jackson do Pandeiro, O Rei Pelé, Mulat Tua Statke again, Gubelier, My Gubel. Hey, that's my Gubel, man. Trio Ternura, Filhos de Zambi. Kirma Bayene, Ene Nenye Bain Manesh, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering these pronunciations. Ivan Lintz, Abrielas. 24 Karat Black, the best of Good Love Gone, a great soul track. Cortola, Tiveshim. You see how much I love Brazilian music and reggae music? There's so much of it here. Burning Spear, Rocking Time. Novos Baianos, Tango Leche. Idris Akamur and the Pyramids, Rhapsody in Berlin. Martinho Davila, Distrimia. Dysrhythmia, sorry. Alton Ellis, if I could rule this world. Claudia Regina, Eu Não Tenho Ninguém. I tell you, that's from a Brazilian soap opera. That whole soundtrack is. They know how to do soundtracks. Jacob Miller, Each One Teach One. Eliana Pittman, Senão for Amor. Parliament, Up for the Downstroke. Ernest Jackson, Funky Black Man. Maria Odette, Refém de Solidão. Elis Regina, Dois Pra Lá, Dois Pra Cá. Bob James, oh great, Nautilus. Ivan Lins, General da Banda. Bob James again, hello Bob. Feel Like Making Love. Oh, that's the, remember that one I told you about in the top 40? Roberta Flack. That's the same song, but it's his instrumental version. Grace Portela, O Mundo Melhor de Pixinguinha. And Professionals, theme from The Godfather. Yes, it is theme from The Godfather. And a very good version. There you go. That's my 1974 extras. Remember, you can hear the playlist of the top 40. There's a link in the description. You can hear the playlist of extras. There's a link in the description. And you can hear the radio show of the top 40 on Mixcloud. There's a link in the description. Follow me in those places and subscribe here. Hit like, please. Share with people who love music. And leave a comment. Let me know what you love about 1974 in the world of music. And if you've got any recommendations for extras, I will gladly add them to my playlist. And the only caveat with extras is that they didn't enter the UK top 40. But you can still tell me your favourites from the top 40s of 1974. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you again for 1975. Ciao.